Hello everybody, this is Zigzag Zog coming to you from Western Kentucky, and we are continuing our playthrough of XCom Enemy Within featuring the Long War mod, and this is it, one of the big stopping points in the playthrough. Big mission a lot of people know about with the DLC, and that is Gangplank. Be aware I'm probably, due to the length of this mission, probably going to cut it up into at least 2, and we'll see if I drag it out long enough. Hopefully not. It may end up getting cut into 3, who knows, 3 shorter missions. We'll see how it plays out. I don't have the ideal type of team with me, just with having so many missions boom 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 in a row, and our barracks being challenged with injuries and being worn out, just fatigued out. So we did, with the time, we got enough to put together a nice team, but I don't know if it's a nice enough team for this mission. We'll see. We'll see. It tends to have, based on who I had available, a slightly more defensive alignment, or a defensive posture with some of the perks and some of the items I decided to bring along. And hopefully we have enough to deal with the cyber discs that we will face on this mission. At least we have a Rocketeer that can shred, and I do have Kristin Nitsirk drag along that has some heat ammo perk that will help against those mechanized units, but will it be enough? That's a question. Just overall, you know, engineer wise, I didn't have a strong enough engineer to bring along, so he is more of a smoke and mirrors kind, so we're gonna have a little bit more of a defensive build, and with that in mind, it won't help against my mechanized units. I have a heck of a lot of flashbangs to try and slow down the enemy when we need it, so this is kind of a defensive oriented. We're gonna have to pace ourselves, try not to get ourselves extended too much in this mission. I got plenty of med kits because this is a long mission where injuries are going to happen. So with Ruth, she's loaded up with med kits, so we got 4 charges there, and I gave 1 med kit as a backup just in case something happens to Ruth Maserati Hertz, that she herself can get healed, so we don't lose, you know, all those med kits in one blow, hopefully. So let's look overall. Let's just look at the team that we're bringing along. We've got a couple promotions to give along the way, and then we'll get out there. Trevor T-Bone Hertz is our Rocketeer, and he is fully loaded with rockets. We'll probably need every single one. This is Cyberdisc, Muton, Thin Man, Hell, if you want to put it that way. And the reason, if I do sound a little nervous on this mission, I've had some wonderful playthroughs go until I got to this mission before, and it kind of wiped me out. So I've had good luck on this mission. I've also had some disasters on this mission. So I try to treat it with respect. We have Vladimir Mad Gnome Putin along with his executioner abilities, and hopefully we can wear the enemies down for him to be finishing off. Ruth Maserati Hertz is there to keep us healthy and moving so we don't lose anybody along the way. Fred, one of my more important pieces, tank psi, running gun, assault guy. We're going to be counting on him, and he is armored up big. In fact, he is one of our promotions, and he gets a key one just in time for this mission. He has the close combat specialist, he has his will to survive, and now he will be having his close encounters perk. So I'm glad we got that just in time for this mission. It's a big one. We got Madison, MadBum Bumgarner as our scout, and I brought that token just because I know we're gonna have mutons in this mission, and if it just happens that we can get that one in the perfect setup, perfect scenario, I figured, well, let's give it a shot with MadBum. We'll see if that works out too. Kristin Nitsirk Drag is along as our heat gunner, and she's the other one that has a promotion available, and we're just going right down this left side at the moment. I really was thinking possibly Executioner to break my trend on the Heat Gunner promotions. But being a mission that it's so long and so brutal sometimes, I'm going to Will to Survive. We want her to make it through the mission. And since she does get targeted because of her suppression, well, she's going to be a target. So we want to help her survive those shots she'll be taking. One thing I did bring along, and hopefully we can find the proper stationary positions for her, but because we have some longer sight lines in certain parts of this mission, I did put her with the Gatling, the larger long-range gun, the Gatling laser here. So she needs to be set. She can't move and fire, so we're going to have to work really hard to get her set in the proper position to get maximum benefit from her weapon. We got Alexis, Teach It Drag, helps me feel good that she's along. She's been doing so well lately. Hopefully we can keep that trend going as our sniper. And we have Sandy Golden Arm Koufax. None of my sapper-oriented and offense-oriented engineers became available for this mission. I could have double fatigued and injured them, but I decided to kind of try out and go with a little more defensive abilities. He's got Sandy Golden Arm on his loadout. He's got the double scanner perk, double flashbang perk, so he's got some defensive abilities that hopefully, we'll see, will help us out. In fact, I have one more laser pistol I need to give out, and I gotta figure out who might be the best for that. Bumgarner, since you're usually up front, and if you end up running out of ammo, I'm just thinking that's where we'll place it. And now we are good to go. That's scary that I didn't have everything placed and I still saw things I wanted to change, but let's dive on in, see if we can take down the enemy battleship.
Dropship has arrived.
We're heading into China for the next operation.
Beijing, China is where we're headed. There's the battleship in the picture there. Woo-wee. Big long ship we got to work our way down. Let's launch the mission, get in there. Actually, one thing I want to mention before we get in, when I backed out to save after the last mission, as soon as I just reversed to get into the base to save the game, all of a sudden, boom, the commander came in, and the end of the month happened off camera. So just so you know, we did get an A grade for our month, and we were rewarded $844 plus 2 scientists plus 1 engineer. So net, after all expenses, we now have we have 302 dollars, credits, whatever you want to call them, in the bank. So we'll have some fun spending that money if we get through this mission. So let's get in there.
Big Sky took care of the delivery, but now comes the hard part. If we're going to set that battleship down intact, we'll have to start by disabling the power conduits positioned across its surface.
And we got
There's
6
no
of
telling what we're
those.
going to find up there, but we should expect heavy resistance from the alien forces manning that ship. Objective updated.
Yes, heavy resistance. We're talking cyber discs, mutons, drop-in thin men. So we got our hands full ahead of us. We've made it to the deck, but that's the easy part. What happens often is after we move through this door, we start getting some 2 to 3 thin men drop-ins behind us potentially. Every playthrough is slightly different, but that has been my general experience. And it can be really challenging if we get activations right off the bat here through the door. So let's just get a few people that are handy to have in place and positioned up at the door. One of them is my sniper Alexis, and we'll also put you with the Gatling gun, Kristin, up on the other side. Everybody else will move forward to support going through the door, and hopefully we won't have to worry about too much of an activation out there. So we'll see. I hate to open the door and get an activation right away. That can always happen. We'll see if we can't be lucky and not have that happen this time. We'll just dash you up there, Sandy Koufax.
Copy that.
Kind of get everybody up there and positioned to go through the door. Even though I probably won't have a need for a rocket on this first turn, I'm going to get in the habit of steadying you, Trevor, because I love that platform stability, and hopefully that will get us out of some tight spots, at least until you run out of rockets, which can happen quick depending on how we activate. So, oh boy, let's steady. And we'll just overwatch whoever has movement points left. Ooh, a drop in since when? We aren't even through the door. Yeah, I'm hearing the mutons. And there's a lot of them out there. Just listen to them roar on and on. Oh, wow. I don't know that I'm used to seeing a drop in on this very first turn. Let's hope when we open the door, the people we have positioned here can help me take him out. I do not even have vision through the door? What are you trying to tell me? You crazy game. That means I'm going to have to use lightning reflexes to break that overwatch so I can get line of sight in a position. I can't believe we don't have vision. He must just be one hex enough off to the side. So Madison, Bumgarner, you're going to be running this one out for us. Where are you parked? Is that you right here? Yes, that's you right here. We're going to run you out here. We're going to break some overwatch and try and get ourselves positioned so we can take out our first threat. A drop in on the very first turn. Phew. Got to tell you what this mission's going to be like. Let's break some overwatch.
Oh, it's go time.
4%. That's missed. Okay, there's the word. I heard him go, whoa, and I'm like, that better not mean I hit. Yikes. Okay, let's see if we can't get some support up there now from the rest of the team. Yeah, still don't have vision from those behind the door, so I guess that wasn't the greatest move in the world from us. We'll kind of bring you, Putin, up this way. In fact, we'll just kind of get you up close in that neighborhood. We'll see if we have to use Fred to run and gun, or if we're going to be good enough to help us out close range. 83%. Let's see if he can do some damage. You did better than damage. All right. You notice that armor, even the thin men have armor defense and armor resistance, so the enemies are getting tougher. Let's keep that in mind. Oh boy. I think what we'll do is we'll see if we can't dash, and we're not going to go all the way to the edge yet. I may decide to throw a battle scanner out there just to see what we're up against on the first. Potentially moving up to the ledge, there could be enemies all over down here that we just don't know till it's too late by moving up. So let's get the sniper over here. We'll do right here so you can steady from this position, Alexis.
On the move.
And we got clear, so nothing was down there. We have limited sight, limited range from you, but at least you'll be steadied in case someone moves into view from us. I might as well dash you out too, Kristin. Not to the edge, because you'll be if you activate, you won't be able to defend yourself. But we'll get you that half step forward, so in case they wander into us, at least you'll be able to help us out after that. Oh, options, choices. Let's get everybody else kind of out here in position. Sandy Koufax, we may choose next turn to throw a battle scanner. And where can we get my rocket out here? How far out of here can you get, Mr. Rocket Man? Yeah, I don't want to block the door in case we get some drop-ins behind us. So we'll take a first step from you, Trevor, over here. Baby steps. We got to do what we got to do, and it may mean baby steps at times just so we can get our best, you know, steady weapons, best overwatch, best whatever we need in place before we do our moves forward. So bear with me. There is no timer, so we got to try and put this team, which is not the strongest I could have put together, but it was the strongest available. So that's the nature of Long War, to deplete your troops so you can't always put the best team out front, which is why it's so important to get everybody as advanced as much as possible in rank as a group, as opposed to having that one elite one and everybody else trailing behind. We'll steady the rocket right here. I think we'll move you forward, Fred, but we're going to kind of keep you in that in-between spot. So if we get those drop-ins behind us that I know quite often happen, we can maybe react to it. Ruth, I'll bring you out here. I know you're not in cover, and I know we're dealing with itchy trigger tentacles, but I do want some overwatch just in case we wander or have some wandering aliens that decide to wander into us. The camera panned back, but Bradford didn't say we got drop-ins, so maybe we won't. Yeah, listen to all those mutons. Oh, we got charging mutons over there. Did we activate? No, no activation. They're coming up close over on the side. We do have options, but I think it's best to get ourselves into position. I'm still afraid, still nervous to run up to the edge, and all of a sudden I don't really like your cover anymore, Arden. What's the best place? If they're going to be coming up to the corner over here, I want to be able to have vision over there and still have cover. So I'm kind of thinking we may be moving over a bit more, and we got that acid right there, so we're gonna do, like I said, we're gonna do some baby steps, moving some of you soldiers over. Sandy Koufax, you're one of those we're going to swing over, and since you're a dash no matter what kind of cover I put you in, and then it's going to be the back level cover where we're moving to. Ruth, I can at least give you up here, not that you'll have vision on anything, but if they somehow are super aggressive and run up the ramp, that overwatch we're putting you under would help. We're going to overwatch with you in case I think you may have a line down to this corner down that ramp. So we'll keep you on overwatch, Kristin. And I do want to bring the Rocketeer out, ideally, somewhere that I could get him steadied, ideally. And we also got you, Fred, that would be nice to get over here somehow. When they activate, there's always itchy trigger tentacle possibilities. You are my tank, so we'll keep you there ready in case they expose themselves and run up the ramp. And then finally, where can I put my rocket? And it may be, well, we can't steady you at that point. Let's just have the rocket over here readied and steadied from where? That is the question. We'll kind of have you readied and steadied maybe in the back where you're less likely to get hit by a itchy trigger tentacle right here.
Heading to that location.
But we are going to have you steadied just in case we need you.
Roger that. Scanning.
And Madison, Bumgarner, we're going to keep you ready and available, overwatching. And we're going to steady you one more time, Alexis. I hear him. I hear that was like another. Didn't the first muton, weren't he up higher? Unless that's a pod, the trailing member of the. Oh my goodness. That floaters on the. We got enemies galore down below. Boy, are we going to activate when we get to the edge. We got enemies on both sides. One sounded like floaters, the others mutons, and Still got to worry about those drop-ins. So they came up the ramp, but they did not. They did not continue up the ramp. So how do we want to best set up ourselves in case they come through here? Having you there, Arden, would keep you very... We just don't have the best options, because I'm afraid if we move up to the edge, all of a sudden we've got floaters on the right of us, mutons to the left of us, and who knows if we got anything down on the floor below. So I'm kind of wanting to kind of goad them into coming forward to us so we get at least some overwatch damage. Ideally, I'm going to keep the positions as they are. I think, though, I'm going to run this time my rocket over here.
Sir.
You won't be steadied, but you'll be available. And Fred, I think we're going to keep you ready for drop-ins that could come in the back. I tell you what, we're going to keep you... We're going to keep our...
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to keep our scout available. I'm still, can you tell, I'm very nervous moving forward because I know I got to deal with potential drop-ins coming in behind me. They'll be dropping as Overwatch, and don't like that situation. Can you tell? Let's get you, Fred, back over here. I think what we'll do, Sandy, we'll pop you in here. Fred, we'll pop you over here. And if we don't get activations for a little while, I will speed up the video until the activations, because I don't want you guys just to have to sit here watching some static conservative play movements. We'll definitely fast forward to the point of activations if it's taking too many turns, just to speed this up. But this is how I got too many enemies out there that I know about, and there still could be potentially more unknown down below by that power conduit down on the floor, down in the center, that we've got to activate. So we potentially don't want to activate on a mission like this. It has to go on through this whole dang battleship. We don't want to activate 3 pods right off the start. That would not be wise. So we're going to play a little conservative. So if I do speed up, just know that we'll be doing that to save you some viewing time. And I heard the cyber disc, so there's a reason to be conservative. It sounds close also. That would not be good. So we got mutons to the left of us, mutons to the right of us, and we got a cyber disc in range somewhere. It sounded close, so that could be... Oh boy, we got to play it careful here. I am worried to death. We got ourselves in a tight little spot here to open the map. I think what we'll do to break this stalemate is we're gonna find my engineer, and we are gonna throw one of those battle scanners down into the depths down below and see if we can see if there's that cyber disc down there, because if we get lucky and the cyber disc sounded close but it's not really close, then maybe we can look at pushing forward on one side or the other and activating one of the muton pods. So let's at least check the area with a battle scanner.
Sweeping.
The conduits positioned on the surface of that battleship are tied directly into the ship's power grid. If we can disable the conduits or destroy them with explosives, it should put that thing out of commission, allowing us to seize its cargo without the risk of collateral damage.
I am all of a sudden feeling a little safer. That cyber disc sounded closer, and it doesn't seem like it's with either pod on the left or the right. Now it could be up high across the way. That's always a possibility. And yeah, it could be. But if by moving up to the left or moving up to one of these directions feels like it might be more possible. So let's position ourselves to try and activate some enemies on the left. That's what we'll work towards. So Fred, we're going to put you closer, so if we need to run and gun, you're going to have maximum flexibility.
Moving out.
Of course, once we activate, more than likely that's when we're going to get drop-in pods behind us. But we'll just have to deal with that. Let's at least get ourselves into position over here as much as possible. We want to give you the maximum range and potential overwatch here, Vladimir. You're okay there, I think, Ruth. Sandy Koufax, if you're doing much of anything, it's going to be flash banging and or smoking. So let's get you over here to the side. Well, it doesn't want to click. Let's get back to you and have that reset. Oh, you already moved because that's why you threw the dang battle scanner, doit. Another zigzag duh moment. Let's do a little steady weapon here, because if we activate, there's potential they will move in such a way you would have a line of sight. Alexis, I'm thinking with a rocket. Where would I get line of sight on a rocket? Let's bring you over here just in case as a safety valve. Won't be steadied and won't have pinpoint accuracy, and we will overwatch you over here also, Kristin, because you could have an angle through there if we activate them.
Roger, got my eyes on.
A narrow angle, but an angle just the same.
I feel, Commander.
And since I'm so nervous, I'm going to keep my lightning reflexes towards the back with potential drop-ins. I've just had so many bad experiences with that. We're going to keep Bumgarner back here.
Roger. I've got my eyes on.
You guessed it, boys and girls. You've got hostiles
Inbound. There we go. The question is where? Moving on the right. Moving on the left. And where, oh where are the drop-ins? Way in the back corner. Look at that. Not so way in the back corner. And we got Overwatch. Can we help our... Nah, it's a missed Overwatch.
Negative damage.
So I'm thinking I may just run Bumgarner across the doorway so he can break that close-up Overwatch so we can get some others back there. All of a sudden now I'm thinking of ignoring the pods in the front and dealing with this drop-in in the back, because the last thing we need is to be focused forward and have to deal with something coming from two directions. So let's do this. Let's focus on the guys in behind us at the moment. So let's run the Overwatch.
On my way.
Alright, we got a miss on that. Did your job. The other guy's so far back. Hopefully we can get some people up to Overwatch against his moving forward. We do have a shot to try and take you out right here. If it hits without any damage reduction, we could potentially take him out. So let's see if you can just do it all by yourself, Bumgarner. Barely got that 6 damage. Way to go. What would be nice is getting some Overwatch set up now in case that other thin man moves forward, and maybe get ourselves out of way of potentially reacting or activating those guys in the back. Now if we run you over here, Kristin, maybe you won't be in range. You won't be able to shoot right away, but then you should be in range with your longer range weapon. When he moves forward after that, you'll be hunkered down. Vladimir, wouldn't probably be a bad idea to get you up near the action, depending on where he moves. I don't know if you'd quite get an Overwatch shot from there, but I'm hesitant to put you in half cover. I'm gonna bring the sniper back just to make sure from the guy in the back, the thin man in the back, he won't get an angle on you, and you can still steady your weapon in case some of these mutons, at least off on the left side, activate, and you may or may not have an angle. And I don't want to waste a rocket on a thin man. So we're going to bring you up here, Trevor, just in case someone activates, and have you steadied against a forward potential enemy. And Sandy Koufax, where do we want you? I'm thinking let's get you over here just to help support in the back, and we'll keep you overwatched. And same with you, Fred. We want you available for your running gun. So we're just going to dash you behind full cover. Let's see what happens. Is that thin man in the back going to run forward on us? Doesn't look like it so far. We may have to move to him. And look at, they're running up. Are they going to get sight on us? Ooh, we're lucky to kind of know where they are down there, aren't we? So the thin man in the back, I guess the likelihood is that he would be overwatching on us. So let's kind of move you up, Bumgarner. We can always move you back. Let's see if you can trigger some overwatch. Once again. Wow, we don't even have vision on the guy in the back. Where the heck? He's hiding all the way off in that corner with no vision on us. That may be. I think I'm going to drop you back, Bumgarner, right here. It'd be nice to be able to unload you. You'll still be able to run the Overwatch if he moves forward with Overwatch. Putin, let's leave you over here on Overwatch yourself. We'll get you just in case positioned over here. Alexis, it doesn't look like, or I'm not getting the sense that those mutons on the left and the right are going to be pushing forward. So let's just steady your weapon, get rid of the drop-in thin man in the back, and then we can focus our attentions to activating in front of us. Yes, it's a slow slog, but it's something we got to do for our own health. We'll just Overwatch.
Eyes peeled, Commander. Eyes peeled, Commander.
Now, can we get that thin man now that... Ooh, yeah, that's those mutons we heard. So far, they haven't pushed forward. Let's hope their wandering pattern, although I'm hearing this cyber disc still. Let's hope he doesn't push forward right when we're ready to move forward ourselves. But hopefully, as long as those mutons are wandering back and forth on the side... Looked like they had a little sectoid with them. How cute. Okay, so bear with me as we position ourselves to move forward on the thin man in the back. We're going to reload and then just probably fast forward again till we're able to move and work on taking out that last thin man. All right, Bumgarner, let's do. You got a little corner cover right here. Geez, you don't even have any cover moving forward to set off lightning reflexes, but we'll try a blue move with you right to here and see what activates.
Headed there now.
Going to get you potentially exposed moving you over here, but we got to get sight on that thin man so we can try doing something here. Fred, just to make sure, how far? Well, you wouldn't quite be able to get a flank, so looks like we'll move you forward a little bit.
Moving out.
Take advantage of your running gun, and we will also come pop back out with you, Bumgarner, next turn a little farther, hopefully an attempt to find for sure where that alien is, and let's get you over here, Alexis, steadied over here. Well, it looks like I hunkered Alexis rather than steady her, but what the heck. Okay, Bumgarner, now we're going to do a double move for you right over here to try and see if we can't get eyes on that remaining thin man. If he's overwatched, you should be able to activate it, and we don't get eyes on. So I'm guessing the best guess is he's going to be back in that corner, and this is where I'm kind of nervous bringing my running gunner without breaking the Overwatch out there. But we're gonna get the running gunner closer and hunkered. And next turn we'll be able to hopefully run the Overwatch.
I'm on it. Affirmative. Covering now.
Ясно. Буду начеку. Moving. Eyes on the prize.
Okay, Bumgarner, we're going to run you out here to start off with. I'm guessing he's back in the corner where he dropped, and let's see if you can break the Overwatch that I'm assuming he's on and pave the way for Fred to take him out.
That's affirmative. I've got a visual.
And he's not on Overwatch, so let's just have you take the shot. Well, silly. Lot of wasted time worried about Overwatch when he wasn't even on Overwatch back there. Now we got to reorient ourselves forward and work and figure if we want to take on, sounds like Muton and Floater on the right, sounds like, or as we've gotten our peaks, 2 Mutons and a Sectoid over on the left. Kind of thinking the smaller pot on the right is the one we may be going for. So let's kind of position ourselves to make that a reality. Probably, I'm guessing, won't need the rocket, but we're going to get you positioned right here just in case, T-Bone.
Aye, aye, Commander.
We got Ruth. We'll kind of bring you over to this side to start getting ready to maneuver. Same with Sandy Koufax. We're going to want you over on this side. Sniper, I'm thinking if we are going to have angle when we activate them, this is where you'll want to be.
Tech 4.
And Kristin, I'm kind of thinking in the same line. We're going to bring you right here. It's not going to be potentially good cover. We may have to move you, but it's as far as you can reach. Let's get you over here, Putin. And we got a couple guys in the back that we want to have positioned. We're going to double move you over here, Fred, to be able to help react with us potentially with your running gun.
Location confirmed.
And we definitely want to get our lightning reflexes. In fact, rather than tab through, I know right where you are. Let's get you run back up here. Oh, you don't even have a move this time. So we'll just overwatch as we're ready to get everybody positioned to activate on the right.
Roger that.
And of course, hadn't heard the cyber disc in a few times. Oh, and they activate. All right, one floater down, that leaves. Uh-oh, are we gonna activate on the other side now? Woo, okay, we did it the way we wanted, just one activation. We only have sight on the floater though. And boy, it's good sight. You may be out of position, Kristin, so we'll have to decide if we want to have you take that shot. Do we also have a shot? Yes, we also have a shot with Alexis. So Alexis, let's go ahead and teach it so we can better position Kristin. I don't like her exposed angle. Oh, it's not a kill. Oh, yes, it is a kill. Okay, it is a kill. I was thinking we were only going to damage, and it ended up being a 10-hit crit. Now we got a Muton down there, though, we're going to have to deal with. I'm not interested in pushing forward. It may not give you an angle, Kristin, but at least it gets you cover. And I'm not quite interested in, I don't know if I need to push forward. I'm afraid if I push forward, that's where I risk activating on the other side. So, Ruth, let's get people a modicum of cover here. Fred, what do we want to do with you? I'm afraid if we bring you here, that would be in range of them seeing us. There's just not a lot of cover from down below, but he'd have to come up pretty high to be able to see you. And ooh, ho, ho, ho. We know about where he is now. In fact, you are not in range for Overwatch. Let's just hunker you just in case somehow an angle is able to be taken, and we'll run the lightning reflexes up here, so if we need to break something next turn, we can. And get ready for that Muton to move.
Готовность номер 1.
Okay, the cyber disc is sounding closer. It's the first pod we're hearing, so it can't be too far back. We know it wasn't down below. Okay.
They're backing up. Advance.
We got a pretty decent shot by him. 38% is not the kind of shot and not the kind of pot shot I want to get them. And we have activated the other pod. Took out the least important member of that pod, the sectoid. So we got 2 mutons. We're basically up against 3 mutons right now. Basically, that is what we are up against. I'm afraid of pushing forward a lot on some of these threats that we have at the moment. Do we have any line of sight? We do have a line of sight, and it's a decent 70%. I think I'm going to add precision shot just in case we are able to connect on the 70%, because I want to do maximum damage here. Come on, Alexis, teach it. Nice hit, no crit. Okay, we've got a damage. We also have a muton that was running up the ramp behind us, so we got to be aware of our exposure on the back side here. You may be overwatching to protect us on this side, and I may have to look at repositioning my rocket. I'm still, can you tell, nervous about coming up to the lip, coming up to the edge. But it may be that I finally have to break down and make that happen. Ruth, we're going to have you take the first peek. In fact, why don't we, with lightning reflexes, just in case, Madison, bring you up to take the first peek. Now we got some vision on 2. We got vision on all 3 right now. We got to figure out a way to take them out. Take them out and make it happen. Now obviously I can get rid of the muton here. The question is, do we activate across the way the cyber disc that we keep hearing, or is he hopefully far enough back that we don't have to worry about that activation? That is going to be the big risk, the big challenge that we're going to be facing here with what we got to deal with. I have a rocket, but it'd be kind of wasted against these guys being so spread out. So I'm thinking maybe what we got to look at is, do we have the ability to jump down somewhere? That's all dashing, dashing, dashing with you. It'd be nice to think that we could get down at some point. Wowzer, wowzer, wowzer. I think what we're going to have to do is look at taking at least one of them out with a little run and gun, and that would be this muton right over here. That may be the play that we've got to take. Do we have better cover we could move into potentially to get that done? Not really. So I think run and gun Fred is our first move here. This could activate a cyber disc, and that could be the the end of our mission. If that happens, it could cause a lot of mayhem and death. But I can't just keep huddling forever and ever and ever, can I? Let's run and gun you, Fred.
Run him down.
I'm gonna bring you right here.
Roger, Dodger.
Okay, we've done it. We've done it, we've done it. And we didn't activate that cyber disc that's scaring the heck out of me. Let's take this shot, take one muton down.
Got him.
Now, Bumgarner, what kind of shot do you have against a muton? You actually have a 75% shot over here. That is the one I think we got to take to try and start weakening them down. And we got a crit 9 damage hit. Makes me feel a little better about you being in half cover. One thing nice about this muton down below is he is flanked. So odds are I would think he's going to need... He's going to need to move, I would think, right? Isn't that my thinking? That's my thinking. And since I'm assuming I won't need a rocket, perhaps we can provide some overwatch, unless you have just such an amazing shot from here, Trevor, that we can't resist doing something different. Let's
On my way.
move you up. Oh, you only have sight of the one over here. 66%. Well, it's not amazing, but it's better than average. So let's see if we can't finish off this muton off to the side. Oh, it's a miss. You weren't using your rocket, so you weren't tuned in. What a shame, what a shame, what a shame. We have an option to bring our... That would bunch them up. Do we have a shot from here? No. Do we have a shot from here? No. We really don't have a shot. You'd think I'd have a shot against the guy down below, but we do not. Kristin, we're going to bring you up here. You won't have a shot. You'll have to hunker.
Aye, aye, Commander.
But right where you aren't helping us out. Now that I'm a little less nervous about, on the cyber disc, I'm thinking I might need to bring you up here, Vladimir, and just set you on Overwatch. You won't have any vision on anybody. At least we'll have some cover. Wait. We have vision. We have vision and we have Executioner. 74%. I've had better Executioner, but let's see if you can do it. Execute. Some of these shots, it would be nice to connect on, wouldn't it, guys? Wouldn't it? Now, does that mean you'll also have a shot over here? I don't know, Sandy Koufax, but let's give it a try and cross our fingers. You might be one hex out of range, and you are. Now, we would have the ability to throw some smoke. Of course, that can always get a grenade going, or Overwatch is maybe a better potential. Ooh. We might have a shot or an angle from here for Ruth. Let's find out.
Heading out.
And we got a shot on both. I'm almost thinking about suppressing down here. And he's going to feel threatened, like he has to move, and maybe our suppression will be able to take him out or at least damage him significantly.
Negative. Weapon try.
And we'll keep you on Overwatch if this guy on the side decides to push forward. See if this was the right play. Let's find out. Don't want to take shots from mutons, that's for dang sure. And that cyber disc is still making its hovering noises in the background. Oh, we're getting our own suppression back on Ruth. What's happening down below? What's he gonna do? Reaction shot? He moved. We got some damage. That's a good thing.
Dead in the water here, Commander.
And he's moved in a very awkward spot. Oh, and he's double moving, as a matter of fact. So that gives us another Overwatch. Can we just take him out? Oh, it would have been nice to just take him out. We would have been able to focus on just one alone, but instead, we still have 2 injured mutons ahead of us. Fred, we can get you close over here to be able to take a shot. Do we think it would be a good enough shot for you to be able to take? from close range. So we give it a try. Let's see what kind of percentages we're looking at by moving you over. .88, not a bad shot. It's worth taking for me. Alright, one less muton in the world is good enough for me. Who has, and I think it's you, Bumgarner, you have the arc thrower just in case it might work out for us. Now he's suppressing. Now we have all sorts of shots, so maybe what we do is we suppress to try and keep him holed up a little bit. Obviously, if we need to, we could flush him out and probably kill him that way. Let's try a little suppression.
Aye, aye, suppression.
Definitely afford to get you up into better position here, Alexis. Probably just going to reload you at this point. Wouldn't it be nice to get some kind of standard pistol shot over there and weaken him down even more? Unfortunately, I'm being suppressed by Ruth, the one who has a nice potential for a pistol shot, so it may be that all we're going to do with you, Ruth, is reload, so we have you available next time. We have a laser rifle, decent shot. What is your laser pistol shot attempt? 74. Wow. Although I think it's more than likely to do too much damage. Yes. So I don't want to kill at this point quite yet. We got him suppressed. Let's see if we can't move down here and reload. Going to overwatch with you, try to hold him into place. Obviously if he runs, there goes our capture attempt, but that's what we're going to do. And that means with you, Bumgarner, since he's hopefully locked down, we run you as close as we dare get, right? We got you here dashing. I have a feeling you might be in arc throw range next turn. And you're kind of out of sight. And we got another pistol potential shot over here also. We'll just dash you over here also. Hopefully I'm counting on him being locked down and he won't be able to do much against us.
They're backing up. Advance.
Is he gonna run? Did we scare him to run? Oh, he looks like he may have hunkered, because look at that, it's full cover all of a sudden. Oh no, he is gonna take fire, and he missed, thank goodness. He tried to break that suppression. That frees us up to maybe do some pistol damage if we're lucky. What kind of pistol shot do you have, Ruth? Only 13%, so we'd like to get you a little closer before we did that, but we have a potential regular pistol right here. I'm going to move you down. Let's make sure you will have range. Yes, you will have range. So let's get at least a pistol shot, see if we can't do a couple more hit points of damage. If we're lucky,
Heading to that location.
make that capture attempt a little easier. If we're lucky, if we're lucky, 50-50. 50-50. And it's for 2 damage. Let's go. Let's see if we can get 1 or 2 more damage. Please, please, please. Coin flip. Oh, now the problem is, even with that, our capture attempt is not going to be assured.
Roger that.
But we're going to try. It's only 54%. We know how this has gone too many times. Now, folks, we have got to survive this mission. We got a muton capture. This is something I've been wanting for forever. Oh my God. Oh boy, let's see now. Let's start orienting ourselves forward. We got a cyber disc probably just out of sight the way it's sounding as we move forward to these 3 towers. Maybe the way hopefully we can do that is drop down below and then spring up across the way. I'm wondering if I need to maybe keep my sniper somewhere steadied here in the background. I'm kind of thinking it'd be nice if we got a sound clue as far as is he to the left or is he to the right, but that's what we're going to start moving to make happen. Ruth, let's drop you down to the power conduit.
Heading to that location.
Okay, good, no activation. I'm thinking I may just hit that power conduit because I have a feeling it may just trigger some more drop-ins, and I wouldn't mind.
Commander, whatever you just did seems to have stirred up the hornet's nest. The aliens are going to throw everything they've got at us to protect that ship.
Yeah, I think so. So let's start moving forward. I'm thinking we'll bring you and Alexis, we're going to keep you 2 back first. I'm going to bring a rocket down this way and start bringing him forward, but at a step at a time so we can steady T-Bone. Let's get you up near the front here, Fred.
Running.
Really would be nice to get you reloaded because you're going through the ammo so far. We're going to keep you overwatched. We're going to keep you overwatched in the back, Kristin. Vladimir, we would like to probably move you forward, but at the same time, expecting a drop in, I think I want to keep you on overwatch this turn at least. And we will steady the sniper weapon in the back, planning on a drop in.
Hostiles are inbound to your
Oh
location.
yeah, don't you know it. What kind of drop-ins are we going to face here? There we go in the back. Oh, chrysalid fun. And a nice hit, Ruth. Good job to come through. Like a fine-tuned Maserati, right? Well, that's not why you have that nickname, but you know, I know. But it's not necessarily that positive connotation. But that's between you and me. Okay, let's see if our sniper can't take out the chrysalid. That sounds good. Boom. Okay, so that's one drop-in gone. Hopefully that's the only drop-in we got to worry about from this time forward. Let's see. I'm going to bring you down here, T-Bone.
Aye, aye, Commander.
And we're going to steady you from that point with your rocket. I can start bringing you over and reloading you. So we're going to bring you to this corner spot, Sandy Koufax. We're going to switch you back to your main weapon and reload it.
Good to go.
And this time we're going to reload you, Fred. And we can get you also repositioned over here, Madison, Bumgarner, and reloaded also. We got to get some ammo back in our weapons.
Rock and roll.
And we might as well just do a full round of reloads. Hopefully there's not one more turn of the drop-ins. Just because or just in case. Let's overwatch you, Vladimir. Isn't that cyber disc sounding closer each time? It's hovering right around those 3 towers up there. I wish I could get a sound clue to get an idea of which side of those towers it's on. It would make a difference on how we kind of pop up, but I guess we'll just have to play it safe. What I'm probably going to do, since let's call it phase 1, the entryway, which was heavily guarded, but ultimately our conservative play while might be a little boring, I couldn't think of a lot of other options. I definitely didn't want to have to deal with enemies in two directions, and then we were able to initially activate on one side, although eventually we got pulled in with both sides, but by then the quantities of enemies we were dealing with was less. So far our early defensive style tactics have paid off early. Problem is we are not geared towards Cyberdisc with this crew. I maybe have a couple options with a Rocketeer and my gunner only, and my gunner's got to be in place to be any good with the heat ammo. So it's going to be a challenge having to move in position, not knowing, and I may have to waste. Only it's my last battle scanner, but it's against the Cyberdisc, so it may be worth it. So I think what we're going to do at this point is take a pause in the mission. I sure wouldn't mind stretching my legs. This is an exhausting mission. It takes a lot of time. Get a little something to drink, stretch my legs, and then we'll come back and continue from that point. So thanks for watching so far. I hope you've enjoyed it so far, and we'll see if any of the slow parts I can't edit out and get fixed up for you so you're not hanging in all the boring maneuvering parts. But thanks for watching. This is Zigzag Zog signing off from Western Kentucky. Join me for the second phase of our advance through the battleship next episode. Thanks.